Progressives Party YPP in Akwa Ibom State, Senator Jose Peseiro pledged to establish a facility to aid fish processing and storage of products harvested from the local area for enhanced marketability. While addressing the people virtually at the party's award-to-award governorship campaign in Ona, Oba also reviewed his plan to establish an agro-Atlantic coastline venture to link with Okorete in Eastern Obolo and its environs. He thanked his wife and the campaign team for holding forth during his absence, assuring that his government will benefit all. The senator promised that Akwa Ibom money will work for all Akwa Ibom people during his administration, while calling on all to collect their PVCs to enable them vote for him and all other YPP candidates. Keying into the promises of her husband, Pastor Imabo said that her husband's administration will introduce Operation Basic Amenities Oba to take care of for all the basic needs of the people, ranging from good roads, water, health centers, empowerment, and others. In his goodwill message, the YPP candidate for Eket Senatorial District of Barawa Ifremiayan called on his people to support YPP, saying it is the only party to deliver the state from misgovernance. The Director General of the campaign organization, Pastor Sonny Bot, in his tone setting, spoke of Oba's capacity, experience, and competence, promising that his government will serve the best interests of the entire state. He charged the people to go and get their voters' cards so they can decide who becomes their governor on March 11th, 2023. In the meantime, the YPP gubernatorial candidate in Akwa Ibom State, Senator Jose Peseiro Oba, has promised to, among other things, turn INEC local government into a major rice belt through massive cultivation and post-harvest processing to service the local market and exportation. Oba, who addressed his teeming supporters virtually during the second phase of the YPP ward-to-ward campaign, pledged that long-abandoned Ikwe, Ikonkon, Aruchuku, Mbiabong, Ikorodofia, Ankari, and Obodme Ikbanya roads will be constructed by his administration. He also vowed to collaborate with the federal government to complete the Nkari Dam project to boost the production of rice and other crops. The senator said, as a son of the Eastern Ibibio Ikono, he will not let his people in INEC down, and urged them to get their PVCs and be ready to vote for him and for other YPP candidates, while urging INEC people to vote for her husband. Wife of the YPP governorship candidate, Pastor Imabo Albert, said Oba will run an all-inclusive government where everyone will be carried along. She also said her husband will, through Operation Basic Amenities Oba, ensure that the relevant infrastructure like public schools, water, good roads are intact in INEC, while stressing the need to maintain justice and equity. The chairman of Akwa Ibom Campaign Council, Simon Pabio, urged the people of INEC to support Oba's son of the Eastern Ibibio Ikono. While setting the tone for the rally, the Director General of the campaign, Pastor Sonny Botu, appreciated the support so far enjoyed by the YPP, assured the people that when voted into power, Oba's administration will embark on massive development of roads and other rural infrastructure in the area. He said the administration will create opportunities for youths through social services and empowerment of women through cooperatives. Highlights of the rally included the defection of PDP members to the YPP, including Margaret Odoekpo, a ward woman leader of the PDP, who led more than 500 other PDP members to officially defect to YPP, was received by the state chairman of YPP, Apostle Yanimandi. You're listening to the news on Planet Radio, 101.1 FM. Let's take a breather and then bring more stories from our foreign, sports, and entertainment scenes. Do stay with us.
So, my son, welcome to the Kalangulo Shrine. The gods are with us. What can I do for you?
Baba, the witch do me, and I even sick self. I think say him give me HIV.
Eh? No.
What do you mean, Baba?
No way anybody fits use witch give you HIV. If anybody tell you that one, na lie them talk. Because witch no fit give person HIV.
No matter how the wind strong, nobody fit give or carry HIV from witchcraft.
On the foreign scene, Pakistan suffered a huge power cut earlier today following a breakdown in its national electricity grid. Power was out in all the country's major cities, including the bigger city Karachi, the capital Islamabad, as well as Lahore and Peshawar. Prime Minister Udom Emmanuel said the grid failure followed a frequency variation in southern Pakistan. He said that it was not a major crisis and power would be back soon. Now to sports, where Jose Peseiro, head coach of the Nigeria men's national team, has once again said his ambition is to lead Nigeria to glory at the next Africa Cup of Nations scheduled to take place in Ivory Coast. The Portuguese tactician had previously promised to bring smiles to the faces of Nigerians by winning the long-coveted trophy after the country last won it in 2013 under the guidance of late Stephen Keshi. The 62-year-old tactician, who took over the Eagles' job last May, has turned his attention away from the disappointment of not being at the World Cup in Qatar after the Super Eagles under Arsene Wenger failed to qualify for the Mondial and said the goal was to become champions of Africa again. Now, on the entertainment scene, Big Brother yesterday announced a new twist on the Big Brother Titans reality show. Biggie has told housemates to pick a card with the name of the opposite gender and nationality. The content of the card is the name of the housemates they will be paired with throughout the show. He said each pair will now work as partners for the rest of the game. It's been the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM, but before we go, a recap of the major stories. And John Isian is Director General of the Legal Aid Council of Nigeria and the Nigerian Copyright Commission, respectively. Also brought to news that Akwa Ibom State Governor Udom Emmanuel has called on the Central Bank of Nigeria to extend the deadline for the return of old naira notes. Residents of Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital, have urged the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC to make available their permanent voter cards that are yet to be printed. On the foreign scene, we told you that Pakistan suffered a huge power cut earlier today, following a breakdown in its national electricity grid. In sports, we reported that Jose Peseiro, head coach of the Nigeria men's national team, has once again said his ambition is to lead Nigeria to glory at the next Africa Cup of Nations scheduled to take place in Ivory Coast. For comments and coverage of these worthy events, call our newsroom on 0812-770-2940. Visit our website at planet101fm.ng and follow us on Twitter at planet_101fm. You can also like our verified Facebook page at Planet101FM. The news was edited by Jane Owa. As we end the news, remember that there are 3 ways to ultimate success. The first way is to be kind. The second way is to be kind. And the third way is to be kind. Show kindness to someone today. Commentary shortly after the news is on the role of traditional institution in governance. I am Bright James. Good afternoon.